Welcome to the June 23rd meeting of the Clovis City Council Planning Commission. Members of the public are encouraged to participate in the meetings by accessing the webcast on city's website, providing written comments at the same website, participate by phone, or coming to the Planning Commission meeting in person. I'd like to call this meeting to order. If I could get Commissioner Cunningham to lead us.
Sure. Will you please join with me in saluting the flag of our republic? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Could I have roll call, please?
Commissioner Antuna?
Here.
Commissioner Bedstead?
Here.
Commissioner Cunningham?
Here.
Commissioner Hatcher?
Here.
Chair Hinkle?
Here. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the May 26th meeting.
Motion to.
Okay, go ahead.
Motion to approve the Planning Commission minutes from the meeting of May 26th.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Antunes, second by Commissioner Cunningham to approve the minutes from the May 26th meeting. Commissioner Antuna? Yes. Commissioner Cunningham?
Yes.
Commissioner Bedstead?
Yes.
Commissioner Hatcher?
Yes.
Chair Hinkle?
Abstain. Any planning commissioner comments? Excuse me, commission secretary comments.
Just one. This is not an action item by any means, but wanted to call to your attention that the minutes that were just adopted included a discussion and clarification of the final action relative to last month's consideration of the athletic performance item. It was a little bit confusing at the end. It took us a while to sort through that, but probably should have said this before you took action on the minutes. But I just wanted to make sure that you had seen that and that you, when you saw it in black and white, that it was consistent with your understanding of the motion. So you don't have to respond to that. I'll take it that it was.
Okay. Any comments from the planning commissioners?
Just a quick one, actually, too, now that you brought up the athletic performance. Do we have any status report on it at all, Sean?
Yeah, I've seen plans. They are back with the engineer. They're making revisions. So we're making progress. I'm hearing that we're going to see plans again next week. So just that one step closer to construction.
Good. I know I've driven by several times, and they seem to be keeping their end of the bargain up. I haven't seen anyone out there at all. And my other comment is I'd like to have everyone join me in welcoming back our chair, Paul Hinkle, and took an extended vacation to lose a little weight. Now he's back, and we're happy to see him back.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to any public comments. Anybody in the chamber that has a comment? See none. Anybody online?
There are none.
Okay, we'll move on to the next part of our agenda, which is the public hearing. Item 1 is consider items associated with approximately 4.45 acres of land located at the southeast corner of Armstrong and Gettysburg Avenue. Gary McDonald Homes, Glen Eagles Homes, property owner, applicant, Harbor and Associates representative. Item A is consider approval of resolution track map 6403, a request to approve a vesting tentative track map for a 15-foot lot 15 lot single family subdivision on approximately 4.5 acres of land. Item B is consider approval of PDP 2022-001, a request to approve a plan development permit to allow deviations from the R1B single-family residential 1,200 square foot zone district residential development standards associated with tract map 6403. George?
Thank you, Chair, members of the Commission. There has been a slight change on this project. The applicant is requesting a continuance of the subject items to the July 28th Planning Commission hearing due to some scheduling conflicts with some key member of the team who really wants to be here when the Commission considers this item. We do have a representative, Lauren Smith, here, in case the Commission has any questions for him. And staff does recommend approval of the continuance to July 28th.
Any questions from the commissioners? Okay. Would the developer like to say anything?
Good evening, Chair Hinkle, Commissioners. My name is Lauren Smith with Harbor & Associates, 389 Clovis Avenue. We were ready to go tonight, but we had actually an illness with one of the key members of the development team. So we respectfully request a continuance of this item to the July 28th meeting.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Any discussion from anybody in the chamber or public? Any online?
None.
Okay, bring it back to the commissioners. Any discussion or approve the continuance?
I'll make a motion, we approve the continuance to the item number 1 to the July 28th Planning Commission meeting.
Second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Cunningham, second by Commissioner Bedstead to move continue item 1 to the July 28th meeting. Commissioner Cunningham?
Yes.
Commissioner Bedstead?
Yes.
Commissioner Antuna?
Yes.
Commissioner Hatcher?
Yes.
Chair Hinkle?
Yes. Okay, move to item 2 on the agenda. A resolution for the Planning Commission of the City of Clovis recommending elimination of the implementation of the proposed quadrant intersections at Herndon Avenue with Willow and Peach Avenues. Mr. Burnett?
Thank you, Chair and members of the Commission. First, I'd like to draw your attention to the memo before you. There's been some revisions to the staff report and the resolution for clarification. Staff will be requesting approval of the revised resolution that's in the memo. There's a one-word change, I think, in it. So I'll start with the background of the quadrant intersections. So in 2000, a regional study was prepared for the Fresno Council of Governments for the Herndon Avenue corridor from State Route 99 to Academy Avenue. And the goal was to maintain an efficient east-west corridor through the Fresno metropolitan area. It's a big concern of the area for the future. A major recommendation that came out of that study were the quadrant intersection solution to the flow on Herndon. There was 4 recommended in the city of Fresno, and 3 of them were recommended for the city of Clovis, and that was at Willow and Herndon, Peach, Herndon, and Clovis and Herndon. Further analysis eliminated the Clovis and Herndon intersection from the discussion. So what is a quadrant intersection? Quadrant intersection eliminates left turn phasing at major intersections to allow the through traffic additional time. So it's intended to keep, for instance, Herndon Avenue being an expressway, it's intended to keep the traffic flowing through on Herndon. On July 2001, the City Council approved the general plan amendment and a specific plan amendment to the Herndon-Shepherd specific plan to allow the quadrant intersections, but those changes did not require them. It just said they may be allowed at Herndon and Willow and Herndon and Peach. The quadrant intersections are not fully implemented today. Some of the improvements have been installed, but not all. Some improvements to Helm and Herndon and the Peach and Herndon have been implemented. City of Fresno didn't implement the quad intersection design recommendations from the study, and that includes the portion that would have been built at Willow and Herndon also in their jurisdiction on the west side. And then Fresno currently supports Clovis not implementing the quadrant intersections. So I'll go through kind of the turning movements that would be required if the quads were implemented. So if you wanted to go northbound on Willow, going eastbound on Herndon, as it shows here, you would have to go all the way to Helm, turn left, follow up, back around to Willow, and then go north. So if you want to go do a left at Herndon and Willow, you'd have to go straight. Go up to Spruce, go back down Helm, Herndon, and then on your way. If you want to do a left turn going eastbound onto Willow, nope, that's going southbound, huh? And then you wanted to do a left on Herndon, you would have to turn before the intersection and follow Spruce, Helm to Herndon. If you wanted to do a southbound movement, left hand on Herndon to Willow, you'd have to turn before the intersection and go the opposite way what we just saw, but you'd have to go up and around. And then on Peach, it's kind of the same traffic patterns. If you're wanting to go north on Peach from Herndon, got to go down, turn on the second leg of Peach there, and go back around and then go north on Peach. If you're wanting to make a left turn, you'd have to use that other leg of Peach and turn left on there onto Herndon. Go southbound. You wanted to make a left turn onto Herndon, you got to go down, around, and over. You want to make a left going south, got to do it before you get to the intersection of Peach and Herndon there. So it kind of shows, it's kind of confusing. It's not something that is widely implemented. In our research, our kind of a Google research, we only found about a handful of them in the whole United States. So it's not something that's real popular. And so, you know, we looked at it again this year, and we did a traffic study along with our analysis. And, you know, the findings were that the quads still work for that idea of keeping that traffic flow on Herndon Avenue. However, there's a lot of downsides to implementing there's driver confusion. It's not intuitive. It would take quite a bit of signage. And as I said, there's not a lot of them built. They're complicated and confusing. It substantially increases VMT, or vehicle miles traveled. So up to 11,000 miles a day, you know, when you're looking out to 2042. So that's quite a bit. I mean, that's kind of like back and forth to New York and back about twice. So quite a bit of additional miles on cars. And by today's, you know, California Environmental Quality Act review standards, you know, that's a potentially significant impact. and it's not consistent with the state's current greenhouse gas reduction policies and goals. You know, the traffic impacts are really shifted to the side streets and those intersections. So you're relieving the impacts to the main expressway, but there's impacts on the side streets, so you're just dispersing that traffic to those areas. And the cost there's better and cheaper alternatives to traffic management than the quad intersections. And one that we've explored and we have federal funds to do now is adaptive traffic signal control throughout the whole Herndon Avenue corridor. We've got grants to do that all through the corridor from Willow Avenue all the way to Locan. And what that does, adaptive is a newer technology that allows the signals throughout the corridor to communicate and adjust based on real-time traffic conditions. So it's a real software dependent more than what we've had in the past. And the city of Fresno is using that technology on their side of Herndon. So that's kind of what the city of Fresno did. They've developed their expressway down through there, and they're using the adaptive down through that corridor. So just another thing regarding this item, you know, there's a development fee impact that's being collected on this. Right now, the fees are going back to reimburse the original developer of the Clovis Common Shopping Center. That's the Target Center on the northeast corner. As I said, you know, the Quadrant intersection hasn't been fully implemented. If they're eliminated, there's no need for the fee anymore. So we will be taking a ordinance amendment to council to eliminate that fee. You know, if approved, you know, the remaining fees that we have collected will be dispersed appropriately. So staff is recommending approval of the revised resolution that's in the memo and recommending elimination of the quadrant intersections to the city council. That concludes staff's report, and staff is available for questions.
Any questions for staff?
Yeah, I just have one question. I think I heard you say we do have grant funding to do the adaptive.
We currently have grant funds through the Highway Safety Improvement Program, federal funds, and then the Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Program. Yeah.
Just curiosity, what would the timing be on implementing something like that?
Those projects are still several years out. They have to be designed and then constructed, but so it's a couple of years.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from commission? Any questions from the members in the council chambers? See none. Is there any from online?
There are none.
Bring it back to the commission for any more discussion. If there's no further discussion, we could move for a motion to approve or deny.
I'll make a motion. Make a motion to approve the resolution recommending the elimination of the proposed quadrant intersections at Herndon Avenue with Willow and Peach Avenues.
I'll second. Just to note that that's the revised version.
I think we have a motion from Commissioner Bedstead and a second from Commissioner Hatcher to approve a revised resolution recommending the elimination of the implementation of the proposed quadrant intersections at Herndon Avenue with Willow and Peach Avenue. Commissioner Bedstead?
Yes.
Commissioner Hatcher?
Yes.
Commissioner Antuna?
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham?
Yes.
Chair Hinkle?
Yes. Okay. If there's no other discussions, then I would like to adjourn this evening's meeting. See you all on the 28th.
Fine.